Hello and welcome to Commodity Champions, your weekly dose of what's brewing in this space. I'm Anisha Gupta. The need to diversify one's risk in these unpredictable times has made multi-funds an attractive proposition for several investors. However, the reach of commodities in these funds are still limited. This means that potential investors often remain unaware of the modalities of participating in such derivatives through financial instruments. Remember, investing in commodities through mutual funds was not even possible even a year ago until the SEBI amended the SEBI mutual funds regulations, permitting the mutual funds to participate in exchange-traded commodity derivatives. Thereafter, the regulator has been amending more regulations to ease trading in the commodities derivative space. So how must one approach these funds and what must they keep in mind while doing so? To discuss that and more, joining me now to take this discussion forward are Sunil Khatke, Head of Commodities at Axis Securities, Vikram Dhawan, Fund Manager of Companies at Nippon India Mutual Funds, and Aurobindo Gayan is Head Commodity Strategy at Tata Asset Management. Gentlemen, hi, thank you so much for taking your time out. Sunil, first of all, there are lots of choices now, thankfully, when you want to invest in commodities or even trade in them, but the focus today is clearly mutual funds, and people still are asking, wetting their feet on this one. Commodities clearly are mainstream now than ever, because this year we've seen people wanting to diversify their portfolios, balance their portfolios, and commodities, because are tangible and we've seen better returns come in from there, clearly have been a better and a safer choice. So how do you see portfolio diversification to begin with, and what is your sense on mutual funds foraying into this sector?
Manisha, as you rightly mentioned, commodity markets are not new in India. It got launched in 2003 itself. So it is a 17-year-old market. And just a year back, we got mutual funds allowed in commodities. And for 16 years, it was direct investors taking decision with the help of the advisors of the members where they have accounts. And the direct risk was with the investor. And even if you are a newcomer, it was a difficult choice to make because these are leveraged products, and when you are investing in leveraged products with limited knowledge, obviously your risk goes up 10 times. So this was a need of the hour, which obviously SEBI recognized, and they decided, allowing the mutual funds, will make a nascent market like this, a professional market. If we compare our markets with the Eastern markets or Western markets, the developed countries, if we compare, majority of the funds that are being invested in commodities are invested through the fund managers. The retail investors directly do not take decisions when to buy, when to sell, because that increases that much risk. So in India, obviously, it was a brave move. It was a move that was awaited for almost 16-17 years. And with the help of mutual funds now, well-known, capable person, a fund manager will now be able to take decisions backed by the technicals, backed by the fundamentals, backed by analyzing the global markets. And he'll be in a better position to give a value proposition to an investor who is actually willing to diversify the portfolio and encash the benefits of equities, debts, and mutual funds or commodities with a mutual fund as an option. So I strongly believe it is just a beginning. Like I said, it is just a year-old, a beginning for mutual funds having their exposure in commodities. But down the line, 2 to 3 years' time, we can see a lot of participation coming in through retail, especially through the mutual fund mode, where I think the fund manager will be in a position to encash the benefits from the various asset classes. As you rightly mentioned, 2020 has been a good year for commodities. Commodities like gold and silver have actually delivered decent returns, and any diversification, any fund allocation in commodities have been recently profitable, and it has actually added value to the overall portfolio. And more than the returns, I can say commodities actually play a role of diversification to minimize the risk. If we see global portfolio, if you have 15 to 18% of your asset allocation in commodities, your ROI goes up, and at the same time it brings down your risk. So that actually provides a lot of opportunities for even fund manager to make the most of the opportunities that are available. So it is a great move, and I think it has a very bright future as we move forward.
Oh, absolutely. And let's take it directly to the fund managers itself. And Aurobindo, I want to come to you first. And it has been 6 months since the launch of your multi-asset fund. What has been your experience? What has the participation levels looked like? And from where we stand right now, how would you summarize these 6 months?
we are the first mutual fund in the industry who took up commodities derivatives as part of their funds portfolio, and we have spent now over 6 months in terms of experiencing commodities derivatives part of a multi-asset fund. I believe the experience of last 6 months since the fund was launched in the month of first week of March, and until now we have spent 6.5 months. I think the experience has been really great, and especially to the situations I'm sure all of us would know, and then has experienced the COVID-19 case, and during this pandemic, look at any entire asset classes. If you look at equity, debt, or commodities, they themselves have played very important role because many asset classes had declined substantially. Look at commodities like gold, silver have risen to their multi-years high level prices. So, and especially during this kind of situations where we felt that having commodities in a fund has actually added value. So an extra element of diversification is brought into our multi-asset fund, which is a kind of a new kind of schemes in the industry. I'm sure now other mutual funds have started to follow the same route. Look at multi-asset fund where you have equities and debts. Now, not only gold, you have other asset classes like silver, industrial metals, we have energy products, and also we have agriculture commodities. So within the multi-asset as a category, when we talk, that itself talks about different asset classes, and within the asset classes of commodities also we have diversified not only gold, silver, we have also moved on to the other asset classes. So an extra element of diversification is really felt, and I think that was the need of the hour, and 6 months performance has been really good. And having experiencing into the industrial metals, experiencing into some of these select agriculture commodities, and predominantly on the precious metal side, that is gold and silver, who have done really great this year, has actually helped having commodities into the multi-asset schemes of mutual fund.
Well, yes, and there is acceptance coming into the market there. The awareness is increasing, but not as much as the managers or the fund managers would perhaps like it. Vikram, coming to you then, what are the nitty-gritties of your multi-asset fund or the hybrid fund? How should one approach it? How does it fit into one's portfolio?
Well, first of all, thank you, Manisha, for inviting me on this for this show. I think you have to look at commodities in a more holistic way. You know, we are a commodity deficit country. Still today, you know, roughly 40% of the imports are still primary commodities. And, you know, price fluctuation in this commodity, especially when you talk about energy or gold, it has an impact on the Indian economy and the Indian macros. I mean, crude oil is a good example. It's so strongly correlated to the inflation and the the bond yields. On the other end of the spectrum, you have gold, and those investors who have had gold in their portfolio have ridden the storm much better than the most. And this is not the first time. It's been like 2001, 2008, 2020. It's been 3 times. Past 20 years, we've had 3 crises, and gold has always performed. So I think, and also add to that. So investors need to diversify that risk. They need platforms. They need platforms which are reliable, robust, and compliant and regulated to participate in these markets to diversify their portfolio. And add to it, today technology and ESG is disrupting the investment sector, and commodities are no different. If you believe in the electric vehicles story, if you believe in the renewable story, if you believe in the solar story, base metals and silver are a good proxy for investing in these. And also, if you talk specifically about copper, it has got a very strong correlation to the global economic growth. So it can be a proxy for any Indian investor to participate. If he or she is bullish on the global economy, it's a very good proxy to participate in the global economic growth. But I think in the near term, the larger opportunity for mutual funds is in precious metals. I'll just throw up statistics at you. India consumes roughly about 3 to 4 lakh crores worth of precious metals, mostly gold and silver. Out of that, roughly 20% goes for investment purposes. So we are looking at a market, precious metals investment market, to the tune of 60 to 80,000 crores per annum. So we are just trying to scratch this surface of this opportunity for us. Also, we have the largest gold ETF and the largest gold funds in the market, and thanks to that, we get to interact with a lot of investors. A lot of investors in the mutual fund space want to have gold in their portfolio, and it's just a question of how much and when. So I think our multi-asset fund provides that solution. With regards to the other opportunity besides gold, obviously we are always on the lookout for good arbitrage opportunities, and obviously some of the themes which I mentioned, like EV or renewables. So that is broadly the philosophy of this fund.
Absolutely. So, the world is ever changing and changing so fast. And as you guys said that it started with gold, but you are dipping your feet in copper, agri-commodities is another thing. But when we come back after this very short break, we'll also see on what learnings do we have from the global markets, what is the way forward from here, and what is the kind of participation that you are expecting on an year-on-year basis from here on after this break. Welcome back, and you're watching Commodity Champions, and we are discussing the mutual funds and the commodities as a sector. Before the break, we were talking on how investors do want to diversify their portfolio, because the main point is to earn profits and have a balanced portfolio. So if something doesn't work, the other does. But when it comes to commodities, and Sunil, this question is to you, how many people really do understand commodities? Do you think there is enough awareness, knowledge, understanding when it comes to choosing your mutual funds, and that too having an inclusion of commodities within that?
Manisha, I think with respect to the understanding of the product, in India, actually commodity derivatives is actually seen as a speculative product. It is seen as a trading product. Very few people actually look at commodities derivative as an investment product. And if I see the current volumes, we see around 40,000 crore kind of daily volumes happening in commodity derivatives today. And out of that, 75% of the volume comes from speculative clients from retail space. And 25-30% of the volume comes from the institutions or the desks actually. So that itself shows that the participation that we are seeing today is more on the speculative front, and people still do not see this as a investment product. But yes, the mindset is changing, because when you speculate with limited knowledge, direct involvement in trading with limited knowledge is something which is risky, and that actually brings a trader or investor to a platform where he wants to rely on expert advice. And that expert advice, again, on a day-to-day basis, obviously he would not like to seek. So that's where his focus will shift towards mutual fund. The reason why we saw a surge in mutual fund investments on the equity front was because investors did not have a lot of knowledge. Neither they had infrastructure to actually study the market. So instead, they preferred by paying a nominal fees, they can actually trust a fund manager who can guide them well, and over a period of time, they have rendered decent returns. So the similar thing is going to happen as we move forward. The fund managers will be better equipped actually to allocate their funds, and they'll be very choosy in terms of identifying the opportunities in commodities. So with the expertise in hand, with the nominal fees, if an investor gets to explore the opportunities that are available in commodities, no doubt why he should not go for that opportunity. A lot of participants do not trade in commodities just because they do not want to trade. They want to invest. And like I said, today we have only 75,000 clients who trade every day in commodity derivatives, which if you compare it to our investable population, it is nothing. And with the help of mutual funds, I think this 80,000 customer base on a daily basis, this number can actually grow 10 times, in a span of next 3 to 4 years. And I think the awareness is something which obviously is being created. People are now started understanding mutual funds as an investment avenue, and even over a period of time, I think they'll encash or even they'll identify the opportunities in gold and silver. When they come to know mutual funds are also exposed to commodities, then obviously people will more likely choose product that has investment in equity, commodities, and debt, rather than only focusing on funds that are only focused on, say, equity or debt.
Well, absolutely.
So from that perspective, feel the demand is going to increase for this product.
Sure, it's just a matter of time, as you put it, Sunil. And Vikram, I want to know, if somebody was to invest in Nippon, the fund which also has commodities here, what would you advise? What should one be looking for, and what are we in for? What is the kind of performance that we have seen, and what can we expect going forward?
So, Manisha, first of all, we have to appreciate why there is a need for such a product. So, as the country, becomes, the economy becomes bigger, the size and the number of investors increases, there will be, the investor behavior will also change. So I'll give you an example. 5 years back, 10 years back, when we used to go and talk to investors regarding gold ETF and gold funds, the question was that how much money I'll make in the next 6 months to 1 year. But today, the investors in India are asking that, okay, I know I need gold in my portfolio. You tell me how much gold I need to put in my portfolio. So I think it's a whole process. And also the beauty of the, the multi-asset fund is, just for instance, I mean, if the more people get, involved in the capital markets, the more people invest into capital markets, you will have a situation where in a situation where the size of your portfolio with respect to your net worth, if it becomes significant, you will have less tolerance to volatility. And multi-asset funds are one of the vehicles, which can give you a solution for that. So there's always a trade-off between, returns and volatility. But I think as the market progresses, the investors' size and the numbers increase, and investors become more mature, they will gravitate more towards stabler products. So I think that is one thing which you can expect from our fund: stable returns. Secondly, what we have done is that the allocation to each, asset class is, static. Now, India being a relatively young and a fast growing economy, the major allocation to equity is preferable. And then we have debt, and then we have commodities. Commodity, again, gold forms a very major part of the allocation. It's not only a diversifier, it is not only a hedge, but it is also an insurance against economic crisis.
Yes.
That is when the volatility manifests itself. Rest of the stuff, it's a toss-up between the arbitrage and the dominant themes prevailing in the commodity markets.
Oh, well, absolutely, Vikram. People do want commodities. I mean, as I said, it's basically is about having a balanced portfolio and wanting to earn profit. And we have seen commodities do that for us in this year. And finally, we have a lot of instruments to start investing as well. Aurobindo, this one is to you. An average investor has several opinions now, as we've discussed. So whether it's about derivatives, fund of funds, mutual funds, multi-asset funds, hybrid funds, what would you say is a better way to invest? Where are we headed on? I mean, as Sunil and Vikram also have pointed out, people do want to invest. They are looking at various options here. Which one are you ranking here now?
So as I said, our fund of commodity exposure today, it is in the multi-asset category. And multi-asset as a category in the mutual fund space is been existing in the country for the last 10 to 12 years. And that particular style of multi-asset fund as a category has not been so great over the last 10 years. If I look at it, in fact, the overall AUM of multi-asset in the industry level is around 10 to 15,000 crores. So I think that has got a long way to go, and having commodities in that with a change in flavor of taste, I think the multi-asset as a category is going to grow. Besides that, I'm sure we all know that within the commodity space also indices are being launched today. So I think one may look at in the near future, or maybe in the medium term kind of period, that index ETFs could be available to trade for the general investors. So I think commodity index ETF could be one way to look at it. Like we have today bullion index, we are soon going to see metal index coming in, and already we have agriculture index being traded at the NCDX. So I think those indices ETF probably could be the next level to look at from the investor's point of view, that a new avenue to invest into it. And within the mutual fund space, as I said, as of today, SEBI has permitted only hybrid funds under which commodity can be invested. We would like to see going forward in the long run, probably the regulator would ever allow commodities as an independent sector-specific portfolio to be handled as part of mutual fund schemes are concerned.
Oh, well, yes, I'm totally on with you on that. We would like to see more ease in regulations, more commodities being allowed, and more, better participation as well. So I have a last 1 minute, and Vikram, this question is to you. Globally, around $1 trillion is what is held by various fund houses which are commodity-based. How far is India from doing that? Since we are a commodity-based economy, we are an agrarian economy for that matter, and there is this increasing number of investors here. What kind of numbers are we looking at in sense of year-on-year growth when it comes to commodities and mutual funds?
So I think first of all, the hybrid fund is the best route to start the ball rolling in India as far as the mutual funds are concerned.
Okay.
I think going ahead, I am extremely optimistic on the growth of multi-asset funds and gold funds, multi-asset funds especially, which have commodity as as one of the assets. As I mentioned, because I think there is more than few reasons for Indian investors to invest. There's not only diversification, we have certain strategic investors that have certain strategic interest also, which are taken care of when you're investing into commodities in India. Also, last but not the least, I think today in the rapidly changing world, it's very difficult for average investor to keep in touch to keep up to speed with what's happening when you decide, commodity markets, not even equity and bond markets. I think that is where the fund houses and AMC will add value. And I think overall it's very important for each fund house and each fund to have a very clear, articulate philosophy what they intend to do, and it should gel with the interest and the needs of each investor. That's the most important thing.
Oh, well, absolutely. Mutual funds for commodities is a very new young market here, and this is just the start of it, and the conversation is just beginning. But thank you so much, Sunil, Vikram and Aurobindo for joining us today and starting that conversation. This is a new market, as I said. We are still looking at this. There are still very strong regulations onto this, but we look at easing of that. We look at higher participation, more growth, and more commodities coming into this foray as well. But as I said, this is just a start of conversation. We will bring you more on that. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Commodity Champions. Thank you for watching.